Harris, check it out, buddy. This is how the cedar has responded to our work on it. There's our little miniature cable. Here's some of your twine work. Dude, it came out great. Look at this. This was totally bare and totally dead. It's awesome. And the owner is really freaking happy with it too. Want to see some other stuff we did? Here's this tree. Looking great. This tree has some more dead tips in it, but they say that happens every single year. Also, I think I was up there in the winter, so probably didn't see just everything that was there. So that tree is still gorgeous. Swoops down like there. Here's a tour of the tree from another angle. Come down these nice steps, get a load of this. This is a special tree. And it's gonna get a little special treatment. I'm gonna spoil this tree rotten. So here's what we're gonna do. Climbing shoes. See these old steel toe? Those are gonna put a hurting on that bark up there. Ooh, this is nice. But I'm gonna put the climbers on and really grip that sucker and not be sliding around breaking stuff. It's rainy too, by the way. It's also gonna make me lighter. So I need to go up into this area. There's some dead there. There's almost nothing in the middle I need to worry about, which is great. I might come back down, set a new line over here to do the rest so that I'm not tromping through with a pretty inferior rope angle. Because you see the top of this tree is already gone. So if there was a stem going up in the center, I could tie in there that one place and then do everything. But that's what I'm tied into now, right there. It's not great. It's only good for getting to this stuff here. To get over here, it's going to be kind of a strange traverse that is going to be very frictiony, and it's going to be very frustrating. And those situations, in my experience, tend to lead to breaking of little twigs along your path. So I may come down, throw another line in over here closer to the rest of the cuts, and then you're out of your mind if you think I'm not jumping in this lake by the end of the day. Brookfield, Vermont. Yep, putting the climbing shoes on. This is how you install friction saver from the ground while holding a phone. Steady now. Get it up close to where it's got to be. I'll see if I can do this with one hand. Get it close, and then we're going to give it one pop. There it is. Okay. Extreme close-up. There, this is how I can attach it so that it actually goes through the loops of the friction saver. That's my throw line. Let's see if I can pull it through. Blah. I'm gonna edit that out, I think. There it goes. Climb, boy, climb. Hopefully there's enough space right there. Yeah, yeah, buddy, see it? So now my rope is going to be rubbing on those rings instead of rubbing on the bark of the tree. That's going to preserve this tree. This is an old, mature beauty basswood here by this lake. Oh gosh, that's extreme close up. So that's going to preserve that tree a little bit better. It makes it so that the rope, as it moves through my climbing system, it doesn't rub on the bark. It rubs more on the rings. And that's going to be perfect for this mature old tree that has a lot going for it, but it also has some defects and a lot of dead. It has been pruned to dead wood out of it like every year for a long time, and it's lost a lot of its structure over the time. So we want to keep as much green as possible. So if I were to apply a lot of friction to my tie-in point just so I could go around and take care of the tree, I might be harming the tree, because that friction burns into the life-giving cambium layer underneath the bark. Here's a trick you learn when you work by yourself. You put your saw on your climbing line before you even climb. So you take a loop or a bite of your rope, put it through, start on the side that has the puller, go under the handle here, then back around the chain brake. So now I left myself some slack so it's not swinging around under me. And now I can pull it up to myself when I want it, and I can lower it back down the same way. And that way I don't have to climb with it on my belt. These are basswood flowers. Looks like they've gone by a little bit, turning a little bit brownish. Climbing in the basswood flowers. Can't complain. Got to start here, some small cuts. I don't think I've even knocked off one leaf yet. That's my goal, not one leaf. So this is a pretty comfortable place to relax. I don't even need these. Who am I kidding? I've got my back on a piece there. Sitting on a piece here. I'm in the nook and cranny here. Out on the stem. Closest to the road. I think we've got this side pretty well cleared out for deadwood. Maybe there's some more over there. I think I will have to go into the interior of the tree. There's a few dead pieces that we have to deal with. So everything changes, the plan always changes. So here's this stem now, that's where I was sitting. I need to go get some dead stuff right in here, but guess what? I really can't climb there. So I'm actually I came back down. I'm gonna bring this up with me. This time, I'm gonna climb myself up the rope till about that height, reach out, snip. Dun, 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 dun. Tree looks amazing. Not a sprig of dead anywhere to be seen. A couple hours of hard climb and it'll do that. I did end up taking a little bit of live material out of the tree. Because it looked like it was gonna die. And I knocked a couple of leaves off. Alright, I admit it, I tried not to, but these outer reaches over the water were pretty difficult to get to. But that's what makes it fun. I love the draped branches going down and then back out. I wonder why it just consistently keeps dying back from the tips though. I'm a little confused and concerned. Like maybe it's just because the tree is totally, mature. It's as big as it can get. It's got as much green as it can get, and then you think it's because of this wall? I don't know. I mean, I think it's been like this for a very long time. But at the same time, it doesn't really look like this is the natural grade here. This looks like it's been built up a little bit or something. Look at that. It's just a beautiful stonework. Now there's some beautiful tree work to go with it. You can see a few of these leaves up here. Something's chewing on them. But I don't think that's going to cause all these to die off. There's definitely a couple of... I actually had to cut that branch. Because it was in my way. I couldn't climb past it. This one here. I wanted to save it, but I was like totally stuck right there. I couldn't get back. I couldn't get down. I couldn't get up. I was like stuck in every direction because of this branch. It's hard to imagine if you're not used to it, I guess, but I was just like, my rope was basically completely horizontal. And when that happens, it doesn't do anything for you other than, because if you were to somehow fall from that position, you would take a humongous swing, and then you're in bad shape anyway. So I also had my other rope on my lanyard holding me to the stem. So that was going out this way, that rope was going out that way, but I was hanging down underneath the branch I was on because that's where the deadwood was for me to cut. In order to try and help me reach it a little better, I put in a strap with a carabiner on it around the stem that I was on. But in order to get out of that, I had to take the tension off of it, so I had to put my lanyard on really tight and take the tension off of it and remove the carabiner from my redirect. But even once I had that free, so here's how you take the friction saver back out of the tree. Let me see if you can zoom in a little more. So you see there's a big ring and a small ring. That half hitch, that little knot in the left side of the rope there, that's big enough to go through the big ring, and it's going to get stuck in the small ring, and that's what lets me pull this thing down. But I also have this throw line. Extremely good camera work. I'm impressed with myself. That is going to let me slow down the rings so they don't crash into these stones and get broken. Okay, see it? We got if I take a minute to show you, it'll make more sense. So right now my rope has gone. The knot has passed through the bigger ring. It's gotten caught in the small ring. And the splice has to go through, which takes a little bit of doing usually. And now you can see, I'm going to zoom back out. You can see how the throw line is now looped over the branch, and it's all doubled back, all crazy. So you need a lot of throw line. If this is really high up, you need a bunch of throw line to really pull it off. But this is a 180, 200 foot throw line. This is a 30-foot tie-in point, so we're good. But now I've got a lot of friction on it as it comes down nice and slow. I can slow it down if it starts to take off. And this would happen much quicker if I wasn't filming it, but because I'm doing it just with one hand. There, now I can reach it. So that's how you prevent friction from hurting the tree you're trying to not hurt.